Shame on you. Absolutely shame on you. Because you think Jesus is coming to save you, to help you start your business, to help you fight bosses, to help you put your family together, organize your life. Jesus is busy. He doesn't have the time to come down and come put your life together. Unfortunately, Jesus' own father let him die and hang on the cross, but glory ended up prevailing. So you're going to have to suffer in order for you to go to the next level, in order for you to get things accomplished, in order for you to get things done. Because nobody cares. Your mom, your dad, your friends, your siblings, the most that they'll say is, oh, shame, they're really going through something. And life will not stop. Unfortunately, life will not say, we're too hard on him, let's give him a break. Life will not. Life carries on. Life keeps on going. And unfortunately, if you're stuck, if you're missed, you'll never make it to the next level. 3 months ago, we're 7th of March today. Probably in December, you promised yourself that you're going to accomplish something by now. You promised yourself that you're going to do something, but you have no deadlines. You want to be blessed, but you're not putting yourself in an environment, and you're not putting yourself at a place and a capacity whereby you can be blessable. You want all these things that people have worked hard for. You want all these things that people have shed their tears for, that have wept, people that have endlessly gone through suffering and torment but you're doing nothing. On Monday, you're so motivated to make things happen. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday comes, you're drained. Thursday, you're on the phone at your workplace. Friday, you posting memes. Hey, I made it to Friday. TikTok pranks. But you're saying you want to be the best in your field, whatever you do. Shame on you. It's utterly a shame. And nobody's going to feel pity for you. No one's going to throw you a pity party. No one cares. No one cares. As a matter of fact, why are you doing this? Why are you not going hard? Why are you not being twice as better than you were the other day? Why? Wake up in the morning, do twice as much than you did, achieve more. I understand why I need to be successful, because I know where my past comes from. I know where I come from. I know what the past lies in. I don't ever want my family to go back there again. I don't want to see anyone in my family struggling. I don't want to suffer. I know what it's like suffering. As a matter of fact, I know what it's like suffering. You will never understand what it's like when your mom probably doesn't even know what's the next meal. You'll never understand what it's like when you have a mom that's staying at other people's homes. And it's, unfortunately, I have to put it like that, until I get to a level whereby I'm able to bless my mom with a home, I have to work hard. I can't play around with the opportunity. I can't mess around with the opportunity. But shame on you for having everything. You have parents, you have resources, you probably went to a great school, maybe you have a great job by now, maybe you have great kids by now, and you have grandkids, but you're not working every single day and tirelessly for the next generation, for yourself again. Shame on you. When you ask you, why don't you have it? And you're like, oh, maybe I have kids, I'm looking after my kids, I have obligations. But the moment you get home, you just kick your feet up and you relax. Shame on you. It's a Saturday. It's almost 10 p.m. I've been working the whole day. The only time I got to chill was to relax and get haircuts. And even then, I was helping my barber. I was giving my barber strategies that he can use to get to the next level. Because why? Why do you not want to better your life? Why do you not want to improve? You're only hurting yourself. You're hurting those that are to follow if you're not doing that. I asked myself, I took a deep introspection, and it's a matter of identity debt. you're in identity debt because you don't know who you are. You don't know how powerful you are. You never know until you actually do it. What is your identity? Where does your identity lie? I told myself I want to be better with time because I have problems with time management skills. I had problems with time management skills, sorry. My tongue is powerful. And then what did I do? I read How to Do a Great Job and Go Home on Time. I started reading that. I had a problem handling finances, trying to understand my finances because it's like money comes in and it leaves at some point. So I started reading Rich Dad Poor Dad to understand how I can invest my money, how I can build more assets. I was trying to understand how the economy works, how the world works, and I started reading Politics on Race and Education. And in this book, you're understanding that you have kids that are in Germany, you have kids that are in Switzerland that are learning a course called mining, oil refining. But you here in South Africa, you have oil, you have mines, and you don't know how to do this. Shame on you. Unfortunately, we're so backwards that we'll always be oppressed. And you're oppressing yourself by using your phone for the wrong reasons. This is the most powerful tool that you have. Your laptop is, your brain is the most powerful tool that you have. Then your phone and your laptop. I kept telling myself I'll be successful once I have a laptop. I got a laptop and I sat down and I relaxed. And I'm reaping what I sowed. But now I'm at a point whereby I have to get up. Okay, you made mistakes. Go back, fix it. Go hard. And assume formlessness is what I also found in the 48 Laws of Power. That, okay, something comes to you, go hard, because when you assume formlessness, you must be like water. Water can handle any single state. If it's hot, it becomes steam and it can evaporate, right? But if it's cold and it condenses and freezes, it eventually becomes ice block. It becomes ice. If it's an ice cube, it stays in that form. If it becomes hot and it liquefies, it just becomes a state of liquid. Change, adapt, learn. You must go hard. You must. I realized that when I was in high school, I was in grade 9. I was bullied. Nobody came to save me. Nobody came to help me as a bully. And you know what I did? I said, I'm taking control. I took control in the wrong way. I went and I got a weapon. It's not legal to carry weapons to school. Don't ever do it. But I got a weapon and I told this guy, if you ever try me again, I'm going to end your life. I'm sorry for saying that, unfortunately. But he stopped testing me that day. And you know what? I decided to go work out after that. You don't just get muscles by accident. Oops, it just happened. That's not how you get successful. Oops, it just happened. You want to get good grades, but you're not putting in the work. And unfortunately, I'm reaping some of the things that I sowed last year. I wanted to be the best in school, but I wasn't working like it. You know, you want to be the best in any field that you're in, but you're not working like it. Shame on you for thinking you can have what these other people have when you're not working like it, when you're not tirelessly putting in blood, sweat, and tears into it. What is your plan? What is your exit plan? What is your strategy? How are you going to handle the next few months? How are you investing your time, your money, and your resources capably? Seize the opportunity that you have. Seize the opportunities that you have. Because as soon as you're guaranteed life, you're guaranteed death. Death is guaranteed. I'm leaving here with a statue. Unfortunately, I'm leaving here in books. They're gonna have to write about me. Whether if they don't write about me internationally, they write about me in South Africa. But shame on you. I have a friend. Been friends for a very long time. I can't disclose his name. He made 2 million rand and he's 22. And it's like, I haven't even touched 500k, but I want what he has. Shame on me, because I'm not putting in the work that he has. Yes, he may have some networks and connections, but I also need to work to having that. Find the fastest way to do what you can. There's so many ways to make money. So many. If you need to study to make money, study to make money. If you don't have connections, do what you need to do. Because nobody cares. Nobody cares. What happens if you're around about my age? What happens to you if your mom or your dad died today? Take a deep breath and think about that. What happens to you? And if you're older than me and you probably have children, what happens to your kids if you die today? So if you're not happy with the answer, do something about it. Do something about it. I was unhappy with people not taking me seriously or respecting me. I started dressing presentably. And I started being respected more. I started articulating better. And I was taken as a more respectful person. And I was respected more. Life is simple. It's not complicated. It's simple. You choose to complicate it. You choose to complicate it. Because how do you become a fantastic goal scorer in soccer? You kick the ball in a net and you have a goal. Boom. It's not just a matter of, oops, I had to kick it in my own net and it's an own goal. Why would you do that? Why would you beat yourself up? Be positive. Believe that things can happen, wake up and think that, this is my day. Things are gonna come my way. I'm gonna face battles. Yes. But this is my day. Seize the day. Seize the hour, seize the moment. Because life is hard. And you know what are the 2 hardest jobs ever? I'll tell you this now. It's hard to be a CEO, CFO. It's hard. It's absolutely hard. Dealing with people's finances, accounting and equating for salaries, paydays, targets that need to be met. You know what else is hard? Cleaning poop after people. Wiping the toilet seats after people have peed. You choose your hard. Choose your difficult. I think you just don't want it bad enough. I think you're conformed to laziness. I think you love comfort. I believe so. All an artist does if their sound isn't working is they reinvent themselves and they disappear. Come back when they're ready. And boom. Michael Jackson had to disappear for some time. Beyonce had to disappear for some time. They come back after like 2 or so years and boom, drop an album. J. Cole did the same thing recently. Take inventory. You can't be in identity debt. Understand your identity. This is who I am now. I have weaknesses. This is what I'm going through. But this is who I can become. You ever play a video game to go to the next level? You need extra skill points. You need to acquire extra skill sets. It becomes your new identity that you form, that you hone. You've taken these things, added them to your character, and you keep going. That's why so many young men are hooked on video games, because it's who they wish that they could create themselves to be as a character. You're a character. In this life, you are a character. So be your own hero. Why would you kick your own self down listening to people when they're like, oh, you'll never make it? You're going to tell me I'm not going to make it? Who are you to tell me I'm not going to make it? I know my identity. I know I'm meant to be. I know my capabilities. You have no rights. You have no authority to tell me who I'm going to be. Even a beggar, a homeless person on the streets has an identity. They have authority. They wake up in the morning, they're like, hey Baba, I have to make 20 rand, 22 rand to go through my day. I have to. Because why? That's the cost of bread. And unfortunately, if they don't make that cost, they're going to die. No one's going to come help them. No one's going to come save them. Maybe they're like, I need to make 15 rand to get high. But they make it happen. They're not out here crying. They beg, steal, or borrow. They make it happen. Unfortunately, if you're on the streets, you'd make it happen. You'd make it happen if you're on the streets. And it's just a shame. There's no pity parties. There's no redos in life. When you die with that regret. No one's gonna remember who you are. No one's gonna remember what you did. So make something of yourself. It's just a shame, man. I just wish more people actually wanted it. You say you want it, but you're not moving like someone who wants it. That's it for tonight.